Me. Hi, folks, and welcome to. I do this every year in February. One time on a Saturday in February, I do it, and this is the Saturday that we had it scheduled. So I want to. I started this. I started this. I thought about 10 years ago, and it was really handy. If you remember, I did it like during 2020. I did like four of it in a row. That was the start of that big decline we had from COVID. And but what I use it for, and if you ever been, let me ask a question, who has been to what we call Sawgrass here by our annual webinar or annual seminar? Who's been there? Delbert's been there, right? Okay. And Israel's a newbie, okay? Everybody do me a favor, answer that question. Yes, say yes, I've been to Sawgrass. No, I haven't. It's an annual seminar I have I have it the first weekend of June every year. It's pretty good from that standpoint. Hey, Mike, haven't seen you. You been around? Hey, Peter. Peter Blair. Peter, is that you? Hey, Hector. Carrie's coming this year. Great. Both online and in person. Perfect. Anyway, every year I started it releasing my model portfolio uh, for the year. And I have a total of 10 stocks that I'll be entering this year. And these 10 stocks, you can do options on them, but generally speaking, they're dedicated really for people with retirement accounts and ways to increase their return. Anybody here need to increase their return in their retirement account? Well, I got five stocks I'll show you today, and then if you in TNT, okay, if you're in my TNT, T-Buzz Talking Trade, I'll release the other five probably this afternoon where you can study those, and then I'll start executing five of these 10. Okay. And that'll be the plan for the year. These are, my goals holding all year long using what I call the Sawgrass management system, which works like a charm. And we'll cover that with a live webinar. Okay. And, they're just stocks that I pick, I pick every year. And so anyway, we'll get into that. But today I want to go through and take you through. We got two parts, part one and part two. The first part sort of takes you down a little bit of memory lane this week and lets me know who here made some of these trades because it gives me some feedback if you did. And then we'll be done. I always promise everybody I try to get done within an hour just for planning purposes. Okay. So let's get started. Y'all ready? Let's do it. By the way, join our Telegram channel. I do my video every morning, and that's where I post my pivot number for the day. That'll help you navigate each day. And then join my YouTube channel. I got five lessons I'll be posting in YouTube over the coming days. And that's a great source for different subjects that have come up since we started it last year. So that's the YouTube channel. involved in trade. We know about that. And past performance is not indicative of future results. I think I can tell you, I believe that the market is going to hit its January numbers, which January projects a higher year based on the numbers. And I think that the way we close this week with the news, how it absorbed all the news outside the regular day-to-day stuff, shows there's a lot of money coming into the market. And I think that's good because I think we could see some higher prices and we're going to take advantage of it. So if you're with me, you'll do it and I'll show you why. Now, in my opinion, we're in a bull market. And so we got to be thinking from the long side. And there'll be, in the market, there's always ups and downs, but the general trend is up. And if you look at where we opened the year at, 59.50, February 59.82, and right now we're pushing highs, challenging the all-time high. Write this number down, 61.78. 61.78. There'll be some resistance up there. We're currently about 61.32. That should be our first target this week. Let's take a look at trades that I put out in some of my services that were booked this week. It was an excellent week. If you made these trades, let me know. It makes me feel good to know you grew your account. This was a trade we did on our options on the go service. We bought NVIDIA and had a 10% return. Actually, more than that if you stayed with it, but we took a 10% profit. Did anybody make that trade on options on the go? Or a gold member? Anybody that made that trade, type in here, share the fact that you did. Always makes me feel good when you make these trades. Way to go. That's a pretty good year right there. You can quit for the year now making 10%, right? Okay. I did this trade in QQQ. This is that where I spent about 50 cents, in this case, 53 cents. This is the second one I've had go bad out of 25 trades I made where we made anywhere from 20 to 30%. This is a strategy that I do and I love it. Okay. But, when it goes, this was when something happened overnight that killed the trend. I forget what it was. All right, Meta, I got a 14% return there. Anybody make this trade on Meta? Oh, yeah, Meta. What a trade. Kerry did. He grew his account. He was with me this week in a small class. QQQ, we had a break even on that one. That was one of those 50 centers. 5% return on Meta. Another Meta trade. QQQ, we came back with a 15%. We got back in and made 15% on that trend. That's a heck of a trade that we did this week, 15%. Now, let me ask you a question, keep you in tune. If you had $1,000 put up, how much would you have in your account now if you made 15% on it this week? Let's do some math. Get you thinking. There you go. There you go. 1,150 bucks, right? Or 1,500 bucks, excuse me. Sorry about that. How about this one? 23% return on gold. You like that? Manuel says you did it. You knocked it out of the park. Thank you, Manuel. 23% return on that. Do you think if you took these trades or every one of these trades, you'd be smiling like I am today? Yep. That's the precious metals play. 23%. XSP this weekend Profits Club made a 17% return. Pretty good stuff, isn't it? This is what we did this week I told everybody patience is going to pay, and boy, it did, didn't it? Wow. Apple, 10% return. Trade a little Apple this week. SPY made 19%. How much would you have if you did that trade? That's the only trade you did. Had $1,000 put up. How much would you have? Nice trade. There's another Apple trade. This is one I still got open. This is in fine time for a dime. I did 18. I got it open. We took some money off the table Friday. I held it, and we'll see how far it takes us. Next week's a big week for Apple as it runs into some heavy resistance. But I wanted to stay in it, so I did. Right there with my famous buzz fly. Now, education is critical, and all of you here, I think, can always learn something. I know I do. I'm always trying to learn something if I get a chance. The pivot number every day is a critical step in what I do. How many people are part of T-Buzz TV, a free thing I do every morning for people to get it on the right side of the market? How valuable is it to know what the right side of the market is each day? Give me some comments on that comment. Manuel says I love it. I live by it. It's very valuable, isn't it? The pivot number is how I look at the market. So you can listen to my daily T-Buzz TV at no charge. It's a video. We post it every day that the markets are open. I will post one on Monday because the commodity markets are open Monday. Okay. So no rest for the weary. We'll be posting it Monday. Speaking of that, Monday night at 7, I want to tell everybody we will have a zebra training session at 7, and we'll have our planning session will start at 8 Monday night. Now, I've had some new people been tracking me on this. I always say I'm right 4 out of 5 days, but they're saying I'm running about 90% right now. You can do a lot if you're at 90%, can't you? To an account that needs some help, can't you? 90%. So you ought to listen to that pivot number each and every day. In fact, I think I'm going to track it personally for the rest of February just to see what my numbers show versus what the student said. Now, if something's 90% accurate, you got to ask yourself a question. Should you pay attention? 75% of all stocks. Pretty cool. Now, this is a question I posed to the class. I was shocked to know that the people that are here in person didn't have this information. My rule is to trade any stock, you must know where it opens the month at. This is a great exercise if you got a portfolio, is go through it after I finish today and see where these stocks that you own open the month. If they're below the month open, I probably wouldn't hold them. That'd be my rule. Okay. You got to know where the monthly open is. It starts every month. 12 numbers throughout the year will tell you a story. Here's some tickers I traded this week using that theory. And you saw the people that made money off of it: Apple, SPY, Gold, QQQ, and Meta. And there they are, the month open. Now, Apple opened the month at 229. It's currently closed Friday at 244. That's a pretty good little rule, isn't it? Look at the SPY. Opened the month at 592. The SPY did. It's over 611 now. QQ Gold opened at 259. Pulled back a little bit on Friday, but gold has been a good one. It's at 266. That's gold. QQQ opened a month at 513. The QQQ's at 538. You overcomplicate making money in the market, I think. I used to when I was a younger trader, but keep it simple. So the next time I say the following, and I'm going to ask this question, I want you to be honest about the answer. Do you check the monthly open on everything you buy? And everybody answer that question if you don't mind. Yes or no? Do you check the monthly open or know the monthly open on everything you buy? I'm going to check everybody out here, see if I got some no's. I got a lot of no's. Debbie said, I'm new, but I'm going to start doing it after looking at that. So if you're going to put your hard-earned money out there, check and know the monthly open. I'm telling you, it works. Pretty good stuff, isn't it? I mean, it was the best advice I ever gave him. Now, here's the DTI white paper. You want to know more about our method and our pivots, you can go here. We'll give it to you free for coming today. www.dtitrader.com/WP. Now, chart reading. I spent a little time this week with that class showing them how to read charts. And they were shocked how easy and simple I made it. So let's just go through that real quick. I chose Apple as my primary ticker. Everybody follows Apple. So if you look at the monthly chart right there on Apple, everybody look at the monthly chart. Okay. If you're thinking long term on Apple, looking at a monthly chart, okay, look at where we're trading inside that previous month's bar. That's why I'm saying if Apple takes out about 250, it's going to rock and roll. Write that down. Write that down. Well, Israel, I've been trading about 40 years. I've seen a lot come and go, and I'll tell you, this is one rule I wish somebody had taught me when I was a young trader. Does everybody see what I'm talking about? How the monthly chart on Apple is sort of sideways right there on Apple? So if you're going to trade, it's got to be real short term like I did this week. Okay. I want you to. Now, if you look at the week, see how it broke out above the weekly last week? That's why I got into it. Okay. That's why I got into it. And then when it was above the monthly open, it was all green lighted. And that's why we made money on Apple. Right there is why I was able to nail it on Apple. Look at the daily. Don't you like getting in before everybody discovers what I just showed you? You should. That's called getting the edge in trading. Getting the edge in trading. Pretty good stuff, isn't it? Last night I held my first class on Project Zebra, and some people said they received the best lesson I ever gave. We got it on the recording now. So if you're in Project Zebra, go to your members portal and make sure you watch it. Okay? But I held that class. Now, my final question today. Anybody thought about how they're going to make money next week? And first, let me ask a question. If I could show you how to make money next week, who's interested in something like that? If I could show you how to make money next week. Name how much money you want to make on $1,000. Just use 1,000. You can multiply that, but say, hey, maybe you do 5,000, but say you put 1,000 up. How much money would you want to make on 1,000 next week? Type it in there. Off that 1,000. Okay. Wow. Pretty aggressive group. That's a pretty aggressive group. Patrick said he had 11,000 using what I do. He's a big player. Since he said, we're just trying to challenge me. Okay. All right. I'm challenged. It's official. All right. Clearly, you've got to be able to do what I call the money dance. Y'all know what the money dance is? The money dance is being able to make money regardless of what direction the market goes in. That's my definition. So I have strategies that allow me to make money regardless of what happens every day. I've been doing this for a long time, folks, so it's not like I have not seen this before, and it lowers the risk when you do it. Now, again, there's a high degree of risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Right now, the market's been pretty chaotic, shaking people out when the real trend's been higher. Like last week, for example, okay? You had an opening price that was almost 1% below where it closed. Y'all remember that day? And it shook a lot of people out. What did I do? Ask me what I did when it shook everybody out of that market down 1%. I waited and watched until it was time to react, and we made a bunch of money. You saw what we did last week within shaking everybody out with that chaotic market. That's what you get with me. You see sectors go up and down in a matter of hours. You're at higher numbers, so the movement's greater. You got momentum coming and going. You got gaps, 3 or 4% from one day to the next. In my opinion, you got to have a good plan and you got to know where to go when the market deals its hand. If it's a bearish hand, you got to know how to make money in a bearish hand. If it's a bullish hand, you got to be able to make money. That's the beauty of what I teach and how I trade. Now, if you sit on the sidelines and just hope things will come back, that doesn't work. You got to take action. This is an active trader's paradise. For the last 3 weeks, you've seen what we've been able to do in this chaotic market. Everybody else is wondering, we got a plan. Let me give you an example. A couple of days ago, I put Meta on our short list in the pre-market. This was before most people got out of bed. Notice that I had Meta on there, and Meta was at 706 when I put it on there. Meta closed at 737. I think that's pretty good information. You think that gives you an edge if you read about that in the morning? I think it gives you an unbelievable edge using this approach. I posted at 6:14 a.m., so if you slept in the next hour, you already had it right there teed up for you. A few hours later, it popped $17 a share. That's a good call. Then it came back down to where we started, and we did it again. It was called, let's wash everybody out, let's rinse them out, people without a plan, and we were able to get back in at another good price. If you used my target, you had a great trade. If you just held it that day, it was a rough day. Another ticker I posted last week was MTSU. That's what it looks like. My number is 1011. Watch how quick it went.
Someone is at the front door.
Nice 3% move in no time flight, if you were paying attention. So the point is, the market has opportunity. How many people every day would like to have 5 stocks that they could sink their teeth into where the money to be made with the numbers to make the money? How many people would like to have that when you woke up in the morning and go to this place and have those 5 stocks that I give every morning? I call it the magic 5. And you could trade in and make a lot of money doing what I'm doing, what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a new strategy, new trade idea. It's a specific tool, not a specific tool or piece of software. It's bigger than that. It's taking my experience and transferring it to you in the morning. It's active trading. I'm okay with active. Wall Street, they define people long-term, swing and all that. I define diversification is buying here and selling here, keeping your B's less than S. I don't care how long it takes to do that. With the market going 24/7, did y'all see the announcement by Schwab where we got a 24/7 opportunity now in stocks? That's going to create some opportunity for people to know what to do with it. I wrote a book called The Markets Never Sleep. You ought to get a copy of it. Read it. In other words, if I could put you next to me, whatever time, day or night, wherever you live, to have the information that sets you up, we call it a foundational setup, a foundation to win. FTW, Foundation to Win. This war room I created gives you direct access. All you got to do is talk to anybody I meet face to face. They talk about it, they rave about it, and they join. And that's one thing, if you get a strategy once a week, that's okay too. But if you really want to squeeze that pickle, so to speak, press that envelope, then this is how you do it. Now, gives you real access. Not just for a 3-day event or a certain trading session. Every day I do it 24/7. Whether it's 7 a.m. in the morning, middle of the day, or overnight, I do it and I tell you about the odds and what you ought to do. I have no rules when I give it to you. When the market dictates and I'm watching it, I'll let you know. Any assets available, gold, Bitcoin, anything you think about, I'm watching for the setup. I'm trying to make money like you are. Now, these actual ideas can be put in your hands at a moment's notice with zero filters. I don't have to go through the system. How many people like my trade ticket in TNT? How many people like that? How I made it so simple? You don't have to go to a bunch of websites. It's right there in front of you. Think about that. Right there beside me. Now, don't have to worry about getting the trade out, taking 10 or 15 minutes. It's right there as I put it into the room. Ideas that fit the scenario. And when I see these opportunities, starting with my foundational approach, I tell you about it. How much impact would that have on your trading? What do you think? So you think it'd have some impact if you knew every morning where to go with your money? I think it would. This opportunity is open and is through what I call the T-Buzz Talk and Trade channel. Let me explain how it works. I use Telegram. Who's familiar with Telegram? I post these ideas right to you when I say it. I also do education right to you when I see things that I think about you ought to know. You're not waiting for it to get out through some bureaucracy. I post it myself right in there, direct to you. Actual opportunities all day long. Now, I'm not limited by any strategy. I can go find things that are working on the day we're talking about. And they're not just day trades. Last year we picked up a stock for $4. I don't know if you still got it, but I said, hey, buy this stock at $4. It's going to $7.50. It's called CDE. Anybody still got that stock? I did the second half of last year. I did a stock called Joby Aviation. Bought it at $6. Pretty nice little double almost. Things I see setting up in the pre-market, I post the details in a second. If I'm buying Apple, I'll let you know. I'll give you an instant alert. Here's an earnings play on Target I did. I even did a video to say, hey, you need to pay attention to Target today. This stock's going higher. An hour after I pointed it out in here. Target the next day. What a trade that was. Taking advantage of opportunities. I saw it, liked it, sent the alert. Right there in the TNT. That free app, make sure you got Telegram. It's easy to get on. I also post key numbers throughout the day. We call it numbers that pay. These are posted throughout the trade day where you got it. I can't make it any easier to give you the foundation and where and how to take advantage of what's happening in the market. I also do a 14 60-day option blueprint. I was going to sell this as a separate service, but I said, oh, it's too much work. We'll just include it in here. It's called the option blueprint. It was published Friday for release, month of February. Did anybody get it? Look at it. That's my thinking out 2 weeks to 45 days. Go into the members portal if you're a member and download it. There's some great opportunities next week on option blueprint. Detailed outline where the targets are and the stocks I think are going to pay. Some of our top trades have come from that blueprint. We hold on to it. Look at that, 114% on AMD. Ain't bad, huh? It's not about one big trade. I diversify over 5 trades over the next 45 days. That action plan with real-time opportunities, they pop up every day, so I share them with you. Everybody that's been in TNT, and I'm going to just go get the people that are members of TNT, post some of their feedback for you that's not in it. Just post a sentence or two about TNT and what the value of TNT. Post that value proposition for people where they can copy. Adam can copy and show people. I mean, people tell me all the time, there's nothing like TNT. And I said, well, it cuts out a lot of the noise getting to the heart of the matter. Hey, you want to make money? Here's how you do it. Oh, Denise said, it's the best thing I got. And the education I give along with it, it is good. Will just said it's the first thing he goes to in the morning throughout the day. Jeff said, let's go further together in this trading world. You do it through TNT. The door opens at TNT. Renee said, it's nice to be part of a group that has the attitude, let's make some money. Dave just said the Magic Five's worth the price alone, and the bonus trades are icing on the cake. If you got volatility, you got me and Bob, I'm going to figure out how to put the odds in your favor. I gave you a tip at the start today. I said the market's going higher, didn't I? Israel asked, he's a new, he said, do you make these trades with real money? Israel, I used to say every one of them I did, but I do so many now. I would say about 80% of them I'm making myself. Okay. That's how I got the idea. So I did want to put that qualifier there. If I got time, I do, but I love some of these ideas I come up with. Now, take advantage of this movement and do it. A lot of opportunities are coming. It's just not NVIDIA. Opportunities in gold, Apple, energy, retail, and more. And Target Trade gives you a way to share those opportunities in real time. Remember the option blueprint? I was going to price it at $4.97. I waived the price as a member of TNT. Included every month, I put it out. That's 12 issues you get. That's just one piece. I have the market scoreboard where I look at things that are moving and let you know where to go sector-wise. I already talked about the Magic Five. I also have education. Let's say I see something in the market that really changes dynamics. I'll call a live webinar in TNT and we'll do it. I find income trades. People like income. There's a scoreboard right there, looking at stocks and things are going good. Straightforward, simple. And the beautiful thing about it, David said he had 4 winners in TNT this week alone. Now, if you already remember Telegram, you skip right and get right in there. That's it. You're in the channel, you're able to see everything I send. On top of all that, I spend one-on-one time. It's $5,000 a day I spend with people. You're getting TNT quite reduced. It's pretty good. Focus, things, education, and opportunity. That's what you don't want to miss. And if I'm trading, I'll let you know. You'll get a verbal audio meeting. Hey, folks, I bought it here. I'm going to take some down here, and stay with the rest. But you don't have to pay $10,000 to be part of this. I put this price out there because I wanted to bring some new people into TNT. And I made it really cheap because we charge $200 a month, don't we, folks? And it's worth every cent of it. But I put this special out there because I wanted you to see the power of it. And over 4 months, you'll say, whoa, I'm glad I took this special. Here it is, $479 for 4 months. Join our group. And I got one final thing to say that I really want to cover today. I told you this is the reason I do it on Saturday. Last year, that's some of the stocks in my model portfolio. Wouldn't you like to have those in your IRA? Tell me if you'd like to have those in your IRA. Tell me right now you'd like to have those in the IRA. Because this week, I'm releasing the 2025 portfolio. I'm not only releasing it in TNT, I'm going to show you how to build it. I did it last year. I'm going to do it this year. That is worth a fortune. So no better time than take me up on this current offer. This year, here's 5 of the 10 stocks that I'm focused on. You can write them down. Berkshire, BRK, NNE. Now this one here is a new one, but I found a way to make more money out of Meta. It's called METU. You make twice as much return owning this as opposed to Meta. So if you had $1,000 and Meta was up 10%, you'd make 20% owning this one. And I included it in here. I got NVIDIA and gold, and I got 5 more. Here's the way it works. I'm going to have 10 stocks. Out of those 10 stocks, okay? Out of those 10 stocks, I will build my model portfolio, telling you how to enter, and when to take profits, and when we're wrong. That's this week and the highlight of TNT this week. So if you got an IRA, this has got to be for you. You can go to dtitrader.com/TNT, get signed up, call 904-706-3532. And guess what, folks? Sue had 3 winners. You heard Dave had 4. Everybody's had a good week, right? Wait till next week. And you're going to love that METU. Go to dtitrader.com/TNT, 904-706-3532. I have 10 VIP spots available. You got to talk to one of our people to qualify for that. 904-706-3532 if you're interested in that. If you're gold, you need to call for a special discount I created for you, dtitrader.com/TNT. There it is, folks. I laid it out today for you. This is why I met. Got a few questions. What's the biggest reason I should join T-Buzz Talking Trade? Well, you told me at the beginning of the webinar. You said you want to make money, right? I'm asking again. You want to make money? Well, get in TNT with me. I'll show you how. Question number 2. There'll be an income opportunity designed this week for T-Buzz Talk and Trade. Question number 3. You'll get to see through a live webinar that I will call for TNT on portfolio management. Oh, I just made it even bigger. I made it even bigger. T-Buzz Talk and Trade, the strategy behind how to build those winners. If I see anything with this new 24-hour market, I'll post it. I'll post it for you in the pre-market or post-market if I see things moving. Since crude is the backbone of the world economy, I've got a strategy that I'm going to implement when crude sets up. I think it's going a lot lower. Anybody want to make $35,000? Who wants to make, raise your hand, you want to make 35,000? I've got a strategy that will show you how to pyramid crude oil if I'm right on it going a lot lower. Not ready to implement it just right now, but we've been watching it, haven't we, folks? My goal is to show people how to make $35,000. Our big, beautiful trade ticket I talked about. Isn't that easy? People say they love the way I put the trades out. I number the trades. I tell you what I'm doing. I tell you where our targets are. By the way, this option actually goes, if you'd stayed in it to expiration, you'd have got zero. You'd bought it back at zero. I think that's pretty good, don't you? 85 cents to zero. Now, go to dtitrader.com/TNT. Folks, that's it. I told you that I'd get done in less than an hour. You've got the sign up material. Get signed up. This afternoon, I'll post the other 5 stocks in TNT that make up 10 stocks. I'm not wanting you to go out and buy those stocks. I want you to wait until they trigger and build our new 2025 portfolio. Everybody understand, right? Is that pretty cool or what? Any questions anybody has? You won't get a better price than my 4-month price. You won't get a better one. In fact, Adam argued with me. He said, why are you doing it? I said, I want to bring some new people in, let them see what we got. That's why we did it. Any questions? In summary, the market's going higher. In summary, know the monthly open of any stock that you own. I showed you the power of that. In summary, plan your retirement portfolio with me for 2025 this week. In summary, number 4, I will have a special webinar sometime this week to cover portfolio management in a retirement account. Number 4. And finally, number 5, if you like saving money, take me up on the offer here today. You get 4 months. That's a pretty good offer for people that like to learn, educate themselves, and make money. And the big bonus is you get T-Buzz's trade ticket, which cuts out all the noise. Any questions? Boy, I enjoyed talking today with y'all. We're going to have a great week. And that one stock I showed you, would you rather make 20% versus 10% by learning the art of using it? Hello, Roger. Roger just said, why do anything else? Roger, you had a great week, didn't you? He was in town for the class, and I talked to him yesterday. He joined Zebra, by the way, but I talked to him yesterday, and I showed him how to make money where he wasn't even having to look at the machine. You know, he was operating on somebody. You gotta love it. Folks, I laid it out there for you. Anybody got any questions for me? We had a great week. will pile on this week and add to it. And Zebra will kick off Thursday with live trades in Zebras. I just want to tell my Zebra people. Okay. I called everybody on my list. That was quite an accomplishment. And I left messages, so it's up to you to call me back. That's just the way it is. Now, keep in mind, Sunday night, if you're Sunday night, I will be making some posting Sunday night when the market opens. It will be open throughout the night and close at noon on Monday. That's the futures market, of course. Okay? Just letting you know. All right. I'm gonna give you a couple other things before I go. Listen to this. This is pretty interesting. GLD is up 9.8%. Gold futures is up 8.8. So GLD is outperforming gold futures. I thought that was interesting. Silver is up 12.36%, and silver is up 11. Let me say that again. Silver is up 12. Futures are outperforming than SLV. Thought that was interesting. And the NASDAQ is up 4.57%. The QQQ, I did a lot of work, is up 5.29. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? That's a 20% better performance out of that. And here's the one that is shaking. I'll be trading along with MSTU, but it's up 20%, and Bitcoin is up 2%. You hear what I'm saying? Bitcoin's up 2%, but MSTU, which is what I trade, is up 20%. So which is a better place of using your money? Same direction, but you know where to place your dollars to get the better return. 20% on that one. And here's one that'll get you. Okay? Here's one that'll get you. That METU that I talked about, you got it? METU? It's double the return of Meta. What do you think about that? All right, let me see if there's any last minute questions. I'll wrap it up. I wanted to give you that comparison. Karen, you got to post your name, phone number, and email, and I'll write it down. I'll give you a call over the weekend, Karen. Israel, you'll never leave once you become part of my deal. Lord, my win rate is 4 out of 5. That's 80%. And my profit factor is about 20%. Do the math. And I consider 10 trades one trade. Okay. Karen, I didn't see your phone number. Adam, anything I forgot? I think we had a good session. Did I forget anything? All right, y'all have a great Saturday. I'll be back Sunday night when the futures open up and make some postings. I will put the other 5 stocks in the model portfolio. These are candidates. I'll put those in there this afternoon. That gives everybody a chance to get signed up and they'll be able to see it. I'll check about 4 o'clock. After 4, I'll post the other 5, the tickers. This is the start of building our model portfolio for 2025. Okay? Thank you. As I always say, I'll see you on the flip side.